Hello, hello. I think Chime has the shirt version.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
How wonderful to be together, to take a pause from the week, to celebrate Shabbat, to celebrate a young man in our congregation taking his place as a bar mitzvah. So much to be grateful for. Even in the most difficult of weeks, there are still blessings. There are still things to appreciate, whether it's the beautiful leaves outside with the fall colors, whether it's family coming in from out of town, or simply getting a little bit of a break from the world outside. So let's sing a song of praise on page 643, Hava Neshira. Let us sing a song of praise. Before we welcome in Shabbat, let's take a little time to welcome each other. And now that you're nice and settled into your seats, I'm going to invite you to stand up and move around and introduce yourselves to at least two people you didn't know when you came in tonight. shivering outside the door, waiting for us to introduce her. Hope. Hope. Have a seat. We continue with Lachado D on page 138, and we'll be singing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. Page 138.
שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם ניסוחה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת It is my pleasure to invite up our bar mitzvah, Shale Pruger, to join us on the I like that enthusiasm, to join us on the bima, as well as his parents, Joey and Shelley, and his brother Zevi, to do us the honor of lighting the Shabbat candles. The blessing for the candles can be found on page 120, but first we continue with Shalom Aleichem on page 142. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Bimelech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Bimelech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
O source of light and truth, Creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Barchuni l'shalom, malachei shalom, malachei elyon, v'melech, malachei amlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Tzeitrem l'shalom, malachei shalom, malachei elyon, v'melech, malachei amlachim, hakadosh baruch hu.
Please rise for the Baruch Hu on page 146.
We continue together on the top of page 149. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv Aravim.
Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, tishobinu v'kumeinu, nasiach b'chukecha, v'nizmach b'divrei Toratecha, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו לאורך ימינו, ובהם נהגה יומם ולילה. ואהבת חול תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני
We continue together with the Ve'ahavta on page 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, שוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, ביתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת.
We continue together in the middle of page 157. Reading together. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. We continue together on page 160.
Eloheinu l'shalom. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, ve'amideinu shomreinu
It's my pleasure to invite up all of our B'nai Mitzvah students who are with us tonight to join us on the Bima and to lead us in the Vishamru on page 162.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Please rise for the tefillah on page 164.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotinu v'imotenu, Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Hasteavot v'Imahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל, אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומה גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים יום יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We continue praying privately from page 172 through 180, either standing or sitting, as is your custom.
רצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי, יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך, יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי, יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי. Go inside your heart, just be. Go inside your heart and see what it wants, what it needs, what it yearns when you breathe. Go inside your heart and see. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be kind be acceptable to you, O my rock, and my Redeemer.
Our thoughts now turn to those in our lives who are in need of a refuah shlema, a complete healing of body and spirit. We turn to page 371.
מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. This week's Torah portion, Parshat Vayera, contains one of the more troubling stories in the Torah. In this portion, we see God present Abraham with his 10th and final test. This test is known as the Akedat Yitzhak, the binding of Isaac. In Genesis 22, it's written that after the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, and after Abraham had sent his son Ishmael and Ishmael's mother Hagar into the desert, that God tested Abraham and said to him, Abraham, and he said, Behold, I am here. Except since Abraham didn't speak English, what he actually said was Hineni. This word is spelled out in Hebrew 178 times in the Bible, but 17 times, all except for 17 times, it's pronounced Hineni. But 17 times it's pronounced Hineni, and it means something different than simply here I am. When it's pronounced Hineni, it's implying something more significant. What it means is that a person is being called, like getting a call from God, and they're responding by saying, I am fully present, or I am all in. And they're saying it before they even know what they are being called to do. It's considered a profound expression of faith. They are receiving a call to service, and without a question, they are simply saying a very emphatic yes.
So what is it that God is calling Abraham to do? God asks Abraham to sacrifice his remaining son, his beloved Isaac. And just as God tells Abraham in Parashat Lech Lecha to go forth to a place that God will reveal to him, God again tells Abraham to go forth to a place that will be shown to him in the right time, a place where he shall put his child upon the altar of his faith and offer him up to God. When I was younger, I wrestled with this Torah portion. It angered me a lot. What sort of test was this? Why would God want to test Abraham in this way? And what type of person was Abraham to say yes to such a thing? How could he travel hand in hand with his trusting son for 3 days, walk up the mountain with him, knowing that when he reached the top, he would bind his son's hand and feet and offer him to God? And then I became a parent, and I saw this text through completely new eyes. I began to realize that every Jewish parent is an Abraham, that every one of us who chooses to raise our children as Jews makes a choice to raise our children upon the altar of our beliefs. We walk with them hand in hand, and then we send them out into a world that we know is not particularly fond of Jews. When Abraham heard God's call and he responded, "Hineni," I'm here for whatever you ask me to do, I'm sure he could not have imagined what would be asked of him. And even after God told Abraham to sacrifice his son, and Abraham didn't back down, he didn't turn away. He went on that journey for 3 days, hand in hand with his son, up to the top of Mount Moriah, ready to offer his son to God. I wonder what Abraham thought as he went on that journey. Was he angry at God? Was he afraid? Did he know, or did he pray that God would spare Isaac? Was he thinking, what would he tell Sarah when he returned home? Generation after generation, there have been Jewish parents who have done a similar thing. Sometimes the journey that they've taken with their children have prompted them to take their children to another country so they could answer the call to be Jews somewhere else. Some parents had the courage to put their children on trains like the kinder transport, hoping that that was how their children would be spared, knowing that it was safer for them to be away from them than to be with them. In so many countries and in so many generations, we have held on to our faith, even as we knew that simply by being Jewish, we were putting our children in danger. We were raising them on the altar of our beliefs. We take that journey with our children, hand in hand up the mountain of life, praying that our children, like Isaac, will be spared from suffering or even something worse. And if we're lucky, we live in a time and in a place where anti-Semitism is low, and then the story is not one that gives us particular concern. But if we live at a time or in a place where that's not true, we can understand the story through different eyes. On October 7th, 2023, I was overwhelmed by the knowledge that my son was in Tel Aviv because I had encouraged him to transfer schools and to attend Tel Aviv University. And I knew that even though my husband and I desperately begged for him to come home, even buying him airplane tickets that he refused to use, we knew that he wouldn't come home. We had to acknowledge that we had taught him well. He had gone down the path hand in hand with my husband and I, so that eventually our beliefs, our values, our Judaism had become his. And we knew that he would stay in Israel no matter what the risk to his own safety would be. And I thought of Abraham and Isaac and the many generations between them and me and my son. I wondered if something happened to him, would my husband be angry at me as Sarah was angry at Abraham for putting their child in danger? One of the things that I'm very aware of is that I come from generations upon generations of people who in each of their lives heard the call to be Jewish, to boldly live their values, even though they did not know what that would mean for them or for their children. And yet again and again, my ancestors said, "Hineni, I am here. For many Jews, this is an incredibly unsettling time. We know things are changing, but we don't know how, and we don't know when, and we don't know what it means for minorities. We don't know what it means for us. But I know this. Last week, we heard a call. We heard a call to action from our faith. It didn't give us details, but it called out to us. We are being given a test. What do we believe? And what actions will we take in response to that call? Shabbat Shalom. I'd like to invite our VP of Education, Rachel Stern, to offer some announcements and Shabbat greetings.
Shabbat Shalom. Rabbi, thank you for that wonderful and very thoughtful drosh tonight. I do have some announcements for everyone. First of all, there is an oneg following services tonight, hosted by the B'nai Mitzvah class in honor of Shale becoming a bar mitzvah. Mazel tov, Shale. Tomorrow, there's quite a lot going on tomorrow. We have weekly Torah study in person and via Zoom at 9:30 a.m. 10:30 a.m. right here in the sanctuary is the bar mitzvah of Shale. The Adult Education Committee is also hosting an event tomorrow evening at 5:30 in the Sosnick Library. It is, they're showing a movie called Jewish Unity and Identity, and then it is hosted by the new Addressing Anti-Semitism Together group at CBI. They're gonna have Havdalah at 5:30 and then a movie and a screening of Alex Edelman's HBO comedy special Just for Us in the chapel. There is going to be programming for kids as well. If you'd like to bring your kids, there will be pizza and a viewing of An American Tale, a classic, in Sosnick Library. Please RSVP. There's a link in the Chadashot and the Shabbat flyer for that. Sunday, Achim, a monthly forum for facilitated discussion, contemplation, and camaraderie for men, is gathering at 7 p.m. in the chapel. They're discussing resilience, the Jewish superpower. Are we doing anything Sunday morning, Rabbi?
I was going to ask you that
That's not
because
on
you
the
went
announcements.
straight to Sunday night.
I'm just following the directions here.
I heard that you were going to be making mimosas
I
and
am.
Bloody Marys on
Yes.
Sunday morning.
There will be Bloody Marys, mimosas. There might be Kahlua
Just
for
for the
coffee.
grown-ups, though.
We'll be carding.
Yes. So
bring your
for those
IDs.
of you who have not heard, Sunday morning we are restarting religious school. We are so excited. Yes.
Where's the cheering for that? Yay!
Yeah, so excited about that. And we hope that parents will stay. Rachel will be tending bar. There'll be a special session for the adults while the students are getting to know their teachers. So we hope that if you're a religious school parent, you will be spending the morning with us. And we'll be having lunch here because the Fabulous Brotherhood will be also providing their annual first day
dogs.
of religious school hot dog barbecue.
Kosher hot dogs.
Kosher hot dog and vegetarian options.
And we're actually serving breakfast too because we have bagels, lox, fruit, cocktails,
I'm just going to stay
and
all
hot
day.
dogs. Basically.
I'll stay all day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Couple of other things. On Thursday, November 21st, CBI's Me Va Me Adult Social Club invites all 30-ish, 40-ish, or just ish members who want a fun Jewish peer group for connection, socialization, and exploring Sacramento to join them at Matty Grove's Brewery on L Street. Contact Haley for more information. There's Haley. And then on Sunday, December 8th at 2 o'clock, the women of B'nai Israel are sponsoring a concert by the San Francisco Yiddish Combo. It's going to be an afternoon of tradition, music, socializing, and helping our community. They're playing klezmer, that's kind of their own mix of klezmer, jazz, blues, folk, and hip-hop, which sounds amazing, and proceeds from that concert benefit the Godparent Scholarship Fund. And now, I would like to ask Shale to introduce all of his friends, family, and people who are here to celebrate him.
So if those people could stand.
You got a lot of intros to do.
This is my Aunt Jan, my Grandma Hope, my Grandpa Jeff, my brother Zevi, my mom, Shelley, my dad, Joe, my grandma, Naomi, my cousin, Rachel, my cousins, Gina and Mark, my Aunt Wendy, my Aunt Amy, my Uncle Steve, my cousins, Sienna, Kiara, Annabelle, and Sage, my Uncle Joel, my cousin, Aaron, and then my cousins, Rana and David.
Wow, welcome. Okay, Shale, you've earned your brownie at the ONEG. That was a lot of intros. Okay, so yeah, Shale, would you like to, if anybody who is here who is a member of the CBI board or a past president or a chair of a committee, please stand up and we would like you to introduce yourself. Shale is going to hand your grandparents the microphone.
Hope Rabinowitz, immediate past president. Way back.
I'm Jeff Rabinowitz, co-chair of the Israel Committee.
I'm Steve Orkan. I'm a past president from a different era.
Hi, I'm Jane Orkan, and I'm the volunteer manager of the gift shop, which will be open this Sunday morning. And every Sunday the kids are here. We're so glad they're back.
Dale Kassler, past president.
Haley McNair, board member at large, and I run the Adult 30s 40s Club.
Nita Davidson, I coordinate the Shamasim.
Lou Anapolsky, past president.
Judy Emick Leatherwood, I'm chair of the music committee. I'm the choir wrangler, and I schedule people to chant Torah on non-B'nai Mitzvah days.
So all the people who were standing up are people who are continuing to be very active in our congregation. So if you're new or visiting and you're curious about how to get involved, any of those people would be a wonderful resource to talk to. It's my pleasure to invite up our B'nai Mitzvah students once again to do us the honor of leading us in the Aleinu, which can be found on the bottom half of page 586. Please rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו איינון, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated.
Our thoughts now turn to loved ones who are no longer with us. And it is our tradition when those who have most recently lost a loved one first return to the congregation that we welcome them back into our midst. It is with a heavy heart that we welcome in Missy Anapolsky, Lou Anapolsky. Try to see who else is with you guys tonight. Marlene Anapolsky, Tim Harmon, and Adam. Am I missing? No, I'm not missing any of you are. You're all in the back row. Your mother, Lois Anapolsky, lived an extraordinary life. She was full of chutzpah and joy and passion, and she lived over nine extraordinary decades. A Midwest girl who came out to Sacramento. She created a life that I am sure her parents could not have imagined for herself. And it was a life filled with love and friendship and community. It was very rare that I ever saw Lois's face when she wasn't smiling. She adored her family. She adored her friends. She loved having a good time. And she was really a role model, how to take life and live it to the fullest and to live every opportunity. She was a blessing to each and every one of you. And on behalf of our congregation, on behalf of the cantor and myself, our condolences to each of you and to the entire family. I know her presence is already missed amongst all of you. It is also with sadness that we announce the recent passing of Paul E. Nord, the beloved cousin of Helen Nussbaum. Zichronam livracha. May their memories forever be a blessing. We also recall loved ones who have passed away at this time in years past. We remember Carol Edelman, Lucy Bancroft, Felix Berenberg, Pearl Berman, Robert Karras, Rose Cohn, Mike Davis, Leanne Duran, Rabbi Joseph Friedman, Willard Goldboss, Janet Green, Gerald Harris, Ty Higgins, Donald Kahn, Sidney Cash, Leslie George Kubel, Jean Kurland, Shirley Laxer, Philip Levin, Sarah London, Nikki Lopiccolo, Karen Mahoney, Ethel Mayer, Arthur Mendick, Marilyn Moon, Robin Pearson, Marian R. Rosenthal, Ruthie Rubin, Frank Rudnick, Becky Schilling, Bess Sibner, Samuel Silver, Isidore Smith, Louisa Wasserman, and Sarah Weiner. If there are any names that anyone would like to add to the Kaddish list tonight, please feel free to call those names aloud as my gaze meets yours. If you are saying Kaddish for a loved one, I'd like to invite you to please rise. And if the congregation can please join me in these words of comfort. Hamakom yenechem etchem b'tok sha'ar of Leid Zion v'Yerushalayim. May God comfort you among the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. We rise to offer comfort to those who grieve as we continue together with the Mourners Kaddish on page 598. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yirteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'yizman kari v'imru, Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh,
V'yetadar, v'yetalev, v'yetalal, shemei dekudshah barichu, le'elah min kol birchata v'shirata, tushvechata v'nechamata, damiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Ose shalom b'mramav,
hu ya'aseh shalom
aleinu
aleinu
ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say,
Amen.
Our closing song tonight is a song of peace. Oseh shalom b'marav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Those words could be found actually, if you need the words, they're actually the last sentence of the Mourner's Kaddish, which can be found on page 598.
Oseh shalom b'mrama, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru
Before we conclude with the Kiddush and the Motzi, I forgot a very important announcement. It was so upsetting that I actually forgot it. Twyla, when is VIX closing for 6 months? When's their... So, as in tomorrow, they won't be open? And okay, so for those of you who live in the neighborhood and you will be going into VIC withdrawals, I recommend that you go tomorrow to stock up with whatever they have left. Afterwards, we will have to be traders and to go over to Curtis Park, and it's a different neighborhood, and enjoy Gunther's. But I was very distressed when Twyla passed that on, and, you know, bad news has to be shared. So I just wanted to give that to everybody. So we conclude the service with the Kiddush and the Motzi. The Kiddush can be found on page 123.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tehila lemikrae kodesh, zecher litziat mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, v'shavat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekayim Shabbat. L'chaim. It's juice.
It's not wine. It's vodka. No, joking. It's juice. So for those of you who have not been with us before, or perhaps haven't been with us since Shelley's bat mitzvah, things have changed since COVID, so we no longer have a communal challah where we all touch and grab and eat each other's germs. So this challah, do not try to take a bite of it. You will hurt your teeth. But there is a beautiful, luscious, soft challah that is sliced and awaiting you along with other goodies at the oneg after this.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom.